back to the Oral Health Podcast, where myself and Karen, our dental nurse, are going to talk about ways that you can conserve energy while you're looking after your teeth. It's Energy Saving Week, if you didn't know, and we want to take a little bit of time out just to focus on a few different ways that you might be able to save some energy and maybe some money on energy bills down the line just by doing a few simple things while you are cleaning your teeth. So, would you consider yourself a very eco-friendly person, Karen?
Well, I do try to. I have an electric car, as you know, so
Hmm.
I'm on the way, certainly. And I don't like waste. I'm not very good with waste. It's one of my like stress points, really. So, there are th lots of things that I do that I probably don't notice I do them, but it's just I'll always scrape the very last thing out of a jar or whatever, and I make sure that I recycle or everything that's recyclable, which I think we all pretty much do these days, and
Hmm.
we have a special bin for it. But when we talk about dental care, there are several things that we can do in the bathroom that will help to conserve energy. For example, you don't need to wet your toothbrush before you put toothpaste on it. Just put the toothpaste on the dry toothbrush. It's much better. The toothbrush is a much better texture for cleaning your teeth. So um, just put your toothpaste on. Don't have the tap running while you're brushing your teeth because that's 2 minutes of water going down the sink doing nothing. So only turn the tap on when you want to rinse your toothbrush. You're spitting the excess toothpaste, so you need to obviously wash that out of the bowl, but do that at the same time as you're cleaning your toothbrush. So don't rinse out with water because you're washing all that fluoride off your teeth. So just spit. No need to rinse with water afterwards. Um, yeah, I mean, in things like water picks and those things, ideally using cold water would be good. However, the majority of us will probably have a little bit of a sensitive spot somewhere in our mouths, and it will, jump you through the ceiling. So you might need it slightly lukewarm. But what I suppose what you could do if you got the tap on at another time, you could actually put some on one side and it's then kind of room temperature. It's not sort of like coming out the tap.
Yeah, let it come up to
If you
room
don't,
temperature maybe
yeah,
before. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If you need it a little bit warmer because you do suffer with sensitivity, then that's what you're going to have to do because I'd rather you cleaned in between your teeth than not.
Hmm.
Um, so yes, those kind of things. And a lot of people when they're doing interdental cleaning, so if they're using an interdental brush or maybe the flossettes, they tend to keep the water running so that they wash it after each time going between the teeth. I find it better if you just put a little bit of water in the sink and just swish it around in the sink, and then you're only using a smaller amount of water. So that
Hmm.
that helps as well.
Yeah. I've got to just echo what you said with using room temperature water rather than cold in those water flossers, because my goodness me, that will give you a fright if you aren't expecting it, because they come out with some force, don't they? The water
Oh,
from those things.
well, that's the
They
whole idea.
I know it is, but you like it really will just if
Yeah.
you're not used to it. It's quite an
You
experience,
just
but
need to take the edge off that water, definitely.
100%.
Because there's not many people that could use absolutely ice cold water and for it not to be a bit of a shock to the system. I
Hmm.
mean, when we look towards manufacturers making toothbrushes and toothbrush heads and toothpastes and interdental brushes and that kind of thing, um, we are getting a bit better with the eco-friendly toothbrushes. We have bamboo toothbrushes. We have, things that are fully recyclable. Some of them you have to snap off the head because the filaments aren't recyclable, but the handle is. So you
Yes.
you're throwing much less away. But the fully recyclable ones can just go in your recycling bin, which is obviously a great innovation.
Yeah.
Toothpaste tubes are being worked on.
They are. There's plans to make sure that all of the toothpaste tubes in the UK are recyclable. At the moment, you can take them to like special recycling boxes, but you can't put them in your general recycling. So that's the
No,
thing we need to improve, isn't
no.
it?
It's very difficult because you've obviously got toothpaste inside it, so we
Hmm.
don't have the facility to clean out that residual toothpaste. I mean, my dad used to cut the other end off the toothpaste, and we just have to squeeze it out the very bottom end because we
No
never wasted
waste. Yep.
anything. But yes, it's not practical for us to be cleaning it enough to recycle, and especially ones that are made of several different materials, it
Hmm.
does make it more difficult. But you know, if you can take it, you can find the details of your local recycling centre and ask them if they recycle them. So
Yeah.
that's a good tip to see if in your area you could do that.
You can also get like toothpaste tabs. They're like chewable tablets
Yeah,
that foam up and turn
yeah.
into toothpaste in the mouth. My brother is a big fan of those, and I've used them once or twice. Didn't enjoy the texture, but that's just me. I'm weird. They are definitely a more eco-friendly option because you just buy the tub and then a packet of refills. You're not getting a tube every time
Yeah,
you go out and purchase it.
I mean, great for traveling as well when
Oh,
you
brilliant for
don't want to
traveling,
carry
yeah.
that. I would just make sure that they've got the optimum amount of fluoride in them because
Yes.
if you're using something that's got no or low fluoride, obviously you're not protecting your teeth against dental decay. So just double check that. We're looking for 1350 to 1500 parts per million fluoride
Hmm.
for adults and children over 3. So just double check that before you swap to that and that kind of
Yes.
thing. But I mean, on the whole, dentistry as a whole, rather than we've looked at the oral hygiene part, but dentistry we use a lot of single-use plastic to treat patients. So that's not as eco-friendly as it could be, but it needs to be like that because of cross infection. So single use, you use it on one patient, you're not passing anything on to the patient that's in the chair or the patient that's in the chair next. Everything is thrown away. Um, so not necessarily recyclable in that way. However, they found the least eco-friendly part of dentistry is actually getting to the dental practice.
Really?
Yes. So there are a couple of things that we ourselves can do. We can book ourselves in our whole family in one appointment, so we're only going once. But the absolute one is to not need dental treatment. So to look after our mouths, we then will have a longer recall date in between our checkups, and then we will just have a checkup which is obviously less single-use plastic used, and we're lengthening the time in between the visits to the dental practice. So in all, it's a win-win because we're not having treatment done, which is obviously better for your pockets, better for your mouth, and it's also better for the environment. So there's a lot of wins in looking after your mouth.
Absolutely. There really is. And I hope this has given you some sort of food for thought. There's loads of little ways that you can, like everything we've mentioned today is nothing that's going to take you completely out of your way. But in the big picture, they do make a big difference. So I hope that you will implement this for Energy Saving Week, as we are going to do always. And I hope that, yeah, you've learned something.